What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Ready to See podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So, today I wanted to speak to you about the manga, One Piece. Yes, this started as a manga, and then it went as an anime, and then they created it as a live action TV series. I gotta say, man, this TV show is just one of a kind, man. It's just that good. It's like really good. This show is basically about pirates, right? And they're trying to find this treasure. It is called the One Piece. This treasure was left by another famous pirate called Gold D. Roger. And he just left it for everybody else to find it. To be honest, we don't know how the One Piece looks like. It could be like a box full of treasure. It could be like a plot of land. We don't really know how it looks like. It could be like an object. We don't know. And the manga has been going on since 1997. That was the year that I was born, and it's still going strong. The anime actually was created a year later. And I started watching the TV series, the anime version, around 2021, June 2021. That's when they actually added it to Netflix. I've never really seen like the whole series until then. Man, what a journey. They're still not done with the anime at all. And so as the manga. I just like the characters, man, and just the storyline overall. It's just so good, man. It's just so interesting just experiencing this whole world. Pirates against the Marines. It's just awesome, man. It's just really awesome story. My favorite character, I have to say, it is Monkey D. Luffy. My second favorite one is Sanji, the guy that cooks. I believe that Luffy's dream is just so unique. I know it's not something that probably someone will go after because it's hard, and Luffy believes that he can do it. Just his personality overall, and just like how he treats his friends, it just makes me happy. That's why I like the character so much. He's like happy, and he cares about his peers. He cares about his crew and just wants them to keep them safe. He treats them like family. And that's why Luffy is one of my favorite characters from the anime. Well, from the whole series overall. Manga, anime. To be honest, I don't really read the manga, but I have seen almost every single episode of the anime. The only ones I hadn't really catched up on is the Wano arc. Like I've seen just a few of them, but I hadn't really seen the rest. Like my cousin, he showed me how Gear 5 looked like for Luffy. And damn, he looked cool. He looks badass against Kaido. Awesome, man. It's just a really awesome series. And Sanji, he's my second favorite character. Just like his personality overall, he's like a cool guy, and every single time he sees Nami, you know how he gets. He's just an awesome character. Well, like all of them are all awesome. Zoro as well, Frankie, Chopper, Nami. They're all cool characters, but Sanji is gotta be my second favorite. And now let's just speak about the live action show. I'm gonna tell you how I really feel about the show. Do I believe, was it good or was it bad? I gotta say, man, it's good. It's actually pretty good. I was a big skeptical, man, when I first saw the first trailer for this TV show for Netflix, because the CGI kind of did look fake in a way. And I was worried about it. I was worried that probably it's not going to be good as the anime and the manga. But I was wrong, man. They actually paced the story very well. And I would not have ended this first season any other way how it ended for Netflix. So I'm gonna go over just briefly about the episodes. If you guys have not seen the TV show, I would recommend you to go see it, man, because it's awesome. It's very good. I do recommend you to go watch it. So now the very first episode, we got to meet Luffy and also his friend Kobe. Kobe was actually working for this pirate lady called Alvida, and Luffy actually saved him. He didn't want to be a part of her crew anymore, and he was just taken. And so Luffy saved him, and he beat everybody on Alvida's team. Luffy and Kobe, they became friends. Luffy's dream is to become king of the pirates, and Kobe's dream is to become a great marine. He wants to be a good marine so he can help people. In Luffy's case, he wants to become a pirate because he wants to be free. That's what he said in the very first episode. Being a pirate for him is freedom. And so we actually got to see the perspectives throughout this whole season. Like I really did not see that coming at all. We didn't really get to see any of Kobe's perspective on the anime. So it was actually neat to actually see that part of him trying to become a marine and just trying to be the best he can be. For the anime and manga, we mostly focus on Luffy and how he finds his crew members. He said in the very beginning of the TV series, he wants to at least get 9 members to join him. So far, we only actually gotten at least 4 members. We're gonna get more characters, and let me see. How do I think they're gonna introduce the other characters? Probably gonna introduce 2 characters in season 2, and on season 3, they might introduce the next 2 characters. I'll just name you the names if you guys don't mind. It's not really a spoiler, it's just the name of the characters. The first one they're going to meet next for season 2 is going to be Tony Chopper. He's a reindeer, and so supposedly he is the guy, he's the doctor. He's the reindeer that helps them, and he's just a doctor that's going to stay with them for a very long time. Also, the next one, it is Nico Robin. She is like mostly like a, how you say, not an archaeologist, but like an explorer in a way. And like she knows how to get around places. Those are the main 2 that we're probably going to see next for season 2. And for season 3, probably we might get Frankie and also Brooke. Brooke is a skeleton. He speaks and he's like, he doesn't have any skin on him. He's just all bones and he has an afro. At first, when I saw him on the anime, he kind of looked like Willy Wonka in a way. That's like how his costume was. And Frankie, he's like half machine and half human. He kind of did remind me of The Rock in a way, like how he looked like in the WWF back in the Attitude Era. He had the sunglasses, he had the chain around him, and the Hawaiian type of shirt. I think they were going for that when Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, I think he was going for that look for Frankie. And it worked for him, man, because Frankie is a cool character as well. In the very first episode, Luffy got to meet Zoro and Nami. These 2 are basically the first 2 crew members that joined Luffy. Well, so first, Nami didn't seem like she was going to join them. Supposedly, she said that she was going to steal the map that Luffy was looking for. And really, it wasn't going to be a good thing because Luffy was going to have an issue against the pirates that were helping Nami. That's when it was around episode 5. I'm going a little bit forward, so let's just slow it down a notch. Zoro, we actually got to see that he's a pirate hunter, and supposedly at first he did not want to join him. He said he wants to become the world's greatest swordsman, and Luffy isn't going to stop him. He's not going to get in the way of his dreams. And Luffy has his own dream as well, becoming the king of the pirates. On the second episode, we actually got to see them three meet this clown named Buggy. And I actually do like the design for Buggy. The actor who plays him, man, he did very well. He just played Buggy very well. And also the setting overall, when you got to meet Buggy, it looks awesome, man. It just matches how Buggy will be in the setting as well. The colors they use, it just match how Buggy is. And that's basically it for the second episode. Nothing much really happened for that, but it was just an important scene because it was basically Luffy's one of his biggest fights. Well, his first fight against any other big pirate. Buggy was the very first one. He actually got to find out that Buggy was friends with Red Hair Shanks. Red Hair Shanks was a person that inspired Luffy. He actually did met him when he was young. He wanted to join his crew, but Red Hair Shanks did not let him because he was very young. He just wasn't ready yet. So Buggy does know Shanks, and Luffy got to learn that on the second episode. So we actually did see them fight each other. And also the fighting scenes, I had to say, I don't know how they're going to do it for the later seasons. Because on the later anime episodes, the villains that Luffy faces gets more powerful. They get more powerful, and the powers they use, they seem like they get more complicated to use. I really have no idea how they're gonna do it, man. How are they gonna make it so cool? Maybe they probably might figure it out, like how they did with the superhero TV shows and also the movies. But I don't know, man. It just seems difficult. It just seems impossible to do. Hopefully, they do very well. The third episode and fourth episode, these were kind of the slower ones for me. These episodes were probably one of my least favorites from the TV show. On these episodes, we actually got to meet Usopp for the very first time. Usopp was actually just a kid just telling his village that the pirates were coming, and at first people believed him, but he kept on saying that every single time. But once they actually did came, they didn't believe him anymore. He's basically like a liar. He just likes to lie a lot. It's good for the crew because now they have a person that knows how to speak to like the villains and stuff. And also the villain for this arc, I gotta say, he's okay. He's just not the best villain. Basically, like this villain, the one with the glasses and the huge knives, he basically wants to take over the fortune of this girl that doesn't have her parents anymore. He just wants to take her fortune away. That's what these episodes are about. Luffy fights the guy. You know what happens. And that was basically it. And Usopp actually joins them. Now for the fifth episode, this is when I actually got really into the TV show. That's when we actually got to see Sanji now. Sanji, one of the best characters in my opinion of One Piece. We actually got to see him speak with the crew members in the Barriate, the restaurant where he works at. And also, this is when Zoro actually got to meet his idol that he wants to beat one day. And his name is Mihawk. Mihawk is basically the world's greatest swordsman. And Zoro wants to beat him one day. And we actually got to see them fight at the ending of this episode. And guess who won? Mihawk. Mihawk actually beat Zoro, and he left a huge scratch on him. Yeah, man, he left a huge scratch on him, and Zoro was just injured and was asleep on the next episode. The next episode, number 6, we got to see Arlong meet Luffy for the very first time. Arlong, man, I like how they did Arlong on this TV show. The hip hop music, it just goes well with the character, man. I don't know, man. They're fishmen, and the hip hop music, it just worked very well. The actor was pretty good as well. I did enjoy his performance, and he was a villain. Like, you could tell he was a true villain. Yeah, man, it was just pretty awesome. Pretty unique how Oda made this character come to life in the live action. If you guys did not know, Oda was behind the scenes working on this TV show. Like, he did not let anybody, like the producers, he did not let them choose like stuff that they wanted to take out. He left things in like how they are in the manga and anime. He left a few parts in. Some parts of the TV show, they're a little bit different than the anime, but they kind of do follow the same pathway. They all lead the same way. Kobe met Luffy, and that we got the perspective of Kobe. We didn't get that on the anime, but we got that on the TV show, and it was unique. It was good. And Luffy actually did fight Arlong on episode 6 on the Barriate, the restaurant where Sanji works at. He kind of did lose this fight, and that's when Nami actually betrayed them for some time. Nami wanted the map. The thing is, Nami has been working for Arlong almost her whole life. She's been working with him for the longest, since she was a little kid. The reason being is because she wants to gain freedom from him, and she also wants freedom for her village people from Arlong. And the only way she could do that is to collect 100 berries, 100 million berries. She's been collecting them for the longest, and it just took her so long. Around episode 7, I believe, around episode 7, there are some crooked marines that worked with Arlong. These marines, they get paid to not say anything to the other marines that are outside where they live. They don't tell anything that what Arlong is doing. And so these marines actually took the berries because Arlong told them to. Yeah, it was just so crazy because Nami has been working so hard her whole life trying to gain freedom from Arlong to free her village people as well. And just like that, it was just taken away from her. All that hard work she was working on, it was just taken away. And that's when Nami actually broke down. We got to see that as well in the anime and also the manga. This is one of the most important scenes basically for Nami's storyline. She was actually stabbing herself. She stabbed her tattoo that she had on her left arm. And that's when Luffy stepped in and stopped her. And Nami, that's when she broke down and she needed help. She told Luffy to help her. And that's when Luffy actually did help her. The thing is, it was kind of different on the Netflix TV show. It was during the nighttime. It wasn't during the day, which was fine. I don't think it didn't really mess anything up. It was okay. And around episode 8, that's when we actually got the big fight between Arlong and Luffy. You already know what happens. Luffy did beat him, but just the storytelling and how they got there, that's what makes this whole series pretty good, man. That's why I do like this TV show and the anime. I cannot really say much about the manga because I haven't really read them, but it's just good, man. Oh, and also they introduced Garp early for this first season. Basically on the anime, he comes around episode 200 or 300, I'm not really sure, but he comes in a little bit later. But it actually did make sense to bring him in the first season because they needed a Marine to actually see that the Marines are taken serious. Like, we just only have pirates running around just committing crimes and the Marines cannot stop them. Garp actually presents the Marines right now. So it was a good idea to actually bring him in. Oh, and by the way, Garp is actually Luffy's grandpa. Yeah. I was shocked when I actually got to learn that on the anime. Were you guys surprised? Yeah, man. Ever since he was little, he's been trying to teach Luffy the Marine way. But Luffy has always been a pirate. He always wants to become a pirate, and there was no way of stopping him. And by the ending of episode 8, we got to see that Luffy actually got his first poster, his first wanted poster. He's worth about 30 million berries. Yep. The number, it grows by the series, man. It probably, I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe around season 7, his bounty is gonna go way up. You're going to see, man. It's just wow. I couldn't believe it. It's so crazy. But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say about the TV show. I gotta give it an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, episode 3 and 4, they were the slowest episodes for me, but everything else I enjoyed, man, and I can't wait to see more of this TV show. Netflix renew season 2 already. They still haven't renewed it yet, but they have already finished writing the script for season 2. So I wonder when they're gonna renew One Piece. Yeah, man, it's gonna be great. For the next season, we're probably gonna see Captain Smoker, and we're probably going to see Ace and also Crocodile. These 3 characters are important for season 2, and we're going to see them hopefully on season 2. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to subscribe to the channel or any platform that you are listening to it. If you're listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to things about pop culture or anime stuff. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do as well. Anyways, guys, that is it for this podcast. Again, thank you so much for listening. As always, take care and live to the fullest. Bye.